Hey guys, welcome back. I know it's been a while, but we're finally getting back to the F-104 tutorials. Today we're going to be focusing on the air-to-ground rockets and bombs. The F-104 can carry air-to-ground rockets on stations 2 and 6 for the F-104G. There are a couple of extra wing hardpoints that I believe might be able to carry rockets on the F-104S, but I'm not completely sure. They may be restricted only to air-to-air missiles. So on the wing stations, of course, we can have rockets. We've got a bunch of different ones to pick from here. Most of them I really don't understand what they're here for. I know the developers of this mod have stated that they just added everything that might possibly have been on an F-104 to give the user liberty with what to choose. But for realism's sake, what we would be using is one of these three options right here. Either the LAU-68 pod with 7 Hydra 70 rockets, the LAU-61 with 19 Hydras, or a BRU-33 rack with 2 LAU-61 pods, 19 Hydras each, for a total of, let's see, 72 rockets, I believe. We can also carry a number of different kinds of bombs on the wings. We can carry the BL-755, the M117, which is a very historical weapon. Used a lot of those in Vietnam, although not on the F-104. The MER with 2 Mark 82s. We also get a Mark 20 Rockeye, a single Mark 82, a single Snake Eye Mark 82, or a Mark 83. So let's go ahead and, to try to save weight, you don't want to make things too heavy. What we're going to do is put double Mark 82s on the wings, and we'll put a single Mark 82 on the belly. We can carry bombs on the belly station as well, but you don't get as many options. Now, you do, however, get nuclear bombs. Oof. Yeah, I know. Let's not do that. Alright, let's get on to the controls and how to actually use these things. We're in the cockpit now on the F-104G, and let's go ahead, before we turn on target, and take a look at the controls that we're going to need. So the first thing we'll need is the weapon release button, which is this one right here, bound to my joystick. The weapon fire is just for the gun. I'm not sure why it's not as clear about that. The other thing we will need is weapon change. And then we'll also need air-to-ground mode, which is the 7 key on the keyboard. Alright. So while we're turning on to target, I'll press 7 to go into air-to-ground mode, which is going to be a little bit unusual because we're using F-15 avionics, but we do have a little reticle down at the bottom of our HUD that you can just see. And for some reason, it's exactly the same for rockets as it is for bombs. So now we need to find our targets. And these are going to be out here at, I can't even remember the name of this, airbase. So if we look closely on the HUD, it should tell us what weapon we have selected. I believe we have rockets. Yes, rockets. Now you don't want to come in low on targets at all in any aircraft, but particularly in the F-104, because you need to be able to dive in on the target and actually, whoops, almost stalled it out there. Trying to really push this thing to the limit here to get it back on target. So we'll do another run on these trucks with the rockets. Whoops. And I've just done it. The good news is we got a few of them. Alright, let's try some bombs. Alright, so we're set up with our bombs. We have 5 Mark 82s. So we'll press 7 to go into air-to-ground mode. And as you can see, we have the little bomb pipper sort of deal that you typically get on the A-10. We've got a bunch of trucks set up here at this airbase out in front of us. We're going to want to make sure we have plenty of altitude. And I'm going to roll this thing on its side so that I can better see what I'm doing here. I don't like this drop. Always go around if you don't like what you're doing. Unfortunately, there is a cloud right over the airbase that is kind of making it a bit difficult to see what we're doing here, but basically I have some trucks here, just like with the rocket, set up between the runway and the taxiway. Being careful to try not to over-G the aircraft and get us into that stall condition. Whoops. Wow, supersonic. I'm pretty sure none of that actually hit those trucks. Let's have a quick look. Nope, miles off. And I know I'm kind of cheating doing this, but yep, it drops them all at once, so you only get one shot and that's it. At least as far as I know. Alright, well I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and stick around for the next one. Thanks for watching.